I can sum up the show for you with one word. Nothing. Nothing? Nothing.
Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing. I still don't know what the idea is.
This is the show, and we're not gonna change it.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of This is the Show. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Webb.
I'm Case McGowan, episode 31. Happy Friday.
What's up? Episode 31, but episode 2 of the video cast on YouTube. Everybody who like messaged me about the, they were like, so happy this is on YouTube, yada, yada. And everyone, and I mean everyone, commented and said, I love how it goes from episode 1 to episode 30 on the
That's how we do it.
Yeah. This is the show. But it did make me think. I was like, should we upload like the backlog episodes onto YouTube? I don't know. That's a whole other. Yeah.
We could. I think that there's definitely I think if we get more subscribers, how about this, folks? What are we at? 14 subscribers right now?
Something like that.
If you guys get us to the amount, how about this? If we get to the amount of subscribers of the episode we're at, so say we get like 30 plus subscribers, we'll do it.
I like that.
We'll
okay.
upload the
Easy.
backlog for the fans.
Easy win. Easy win.
You look great. Happy Friday, Alex.
Thank you. Yeah. You look great as well. I love the, the Patagonia hoodie. I texted you right before. I was like, we have to think about what I'm like what we're wearing. So I changed into this from a black t-shirt, but you look incredible.
Well, always. I was going to say, you texted me, you're like, I'm trying to figure out what shirt. So Alex you're slowly making, I like that. So last week, anybody who didn't watch the cast last week, what are you doing? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is the show podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, email us. This is
playing around.
69@gmail.com. But Alex, last week on the first video cast, he wore just a plain white t-shirt. This week he's got stripes. He's moving.
I got
stripes.
Still
white. It's like still kind of white, but it's like now a design's in there.
Yeah. We're getting a little bit of the patterns going. I got a little logo here, which is cute. It's a little sunflower. So we're starting to introduce a little bit more flavor,
Step by step.
Well, I was gonna go like totally autumnal and wear like a Henley shirt, that like opens up. You know what I'm talking about? Like the 3-button long sleeve. You ever seen that before? You've never seen a 3-button long sleeve shirt? There's just 3 buttons on top.
Where are the buttons?
Up top where the neck is.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, baby.
No, that's not a thing.
Come on, you've never seen.
I mean, maybe I've seen that shirt.
All right, well, it's called.
Wear those shirts.
Well, I got one, and it's burnt orange, but it's so hot in my office that I was like, there's no way I'm wearing a long sleeve.
Well, how about this today? So last week we did the temp. Let's check. By the way, for the folks listening at home in New York tonight, it is a cool 63 degrees out, folks. So that's why I'm wearing the hoodie, because I was like, well,
that's a little chilly.
Yeah. I got the window open. And how about this? I got to do the very first one, episode 31. We used to do it before, but I got a fresh one. You folks ready for this? Watch this. Here we
Get it in there.
Oh man, that was terrible. It was like rubbing up against the microphone. That was the worst.
I heard the beginning of it, and then I was just sort of edged, and like I never got the full crack, But
yeah,
but
it's hard to do with one
nice.
hand. You can't do it. You can't do it.
No, you can't do it.
But anyways, I still haven't switched over to hot beverages yet for the cast. I know we have the hot coffee pour in the beginning, but I'm not there yet. Alex has got it.
I got the coffee every time. Every time we do the episode, I'll either do the coffee and the water. You got to have the water, because you can't. Anybody who just has a cup of coffee with no water on hand or like nearby is wild. Like, God bless you, but I can't do it. I'm like, because I get you like you get that coffee mouth where like your spit just tastes like coffee, which is pretty like awful. So
yeah, well,
I'm out on that.
It's like the diner. You go to the diner with some friends, right? You wake up, maybe you're hungover. You go to the diner with a big group. Everybody, when the waiter comes over, they're like, what can I get you? You're like, can I get a cup of coffee and a water? You always gotta hit the and the water. If you don't, you're like, what are you doing?
No.
Also, coffee. It's a natural diuretic. What are you on your period? Sorry, that's from The Departed.
Nice.
When he orders the cranberry juice.
Yeah,
in the
that's
bar.
right. Yeah, man,
But
what a movie.
the best.
Yeah.
But
It's the best.
it's a good. Speaking of last week's episode, The Departed, I would say that's a fun. Any movie that takes place in Boston is an October movie in my book.
Yeah,
So-
for sure. That's definitely up there for sure. And just very violent.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's-
Upsetting amount of violence.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Which is more of a summer vibe. I don't know why, but violence gives me summer vibes.
it is. No, you're right, dude. Well, it's like in New York when you're in the summer and it's like, everyone's just out for blood. Everybody's their blood's boiling because the temperature's up. It's like do the right
Completely.
thing, people.
Yeah.
It's like a race relation thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up, but you know what I mean. It's like the same. The premise is that it's hot. People are stressed.
Yeah. The energy's heightened. I mean, well, that's the whole thing about Arizona, is everyone thinks that everyone's just in a bad mood all the time here, but it's because it's 110 like all the time, like of course you're going to be, a miserable person, when it's 110 out, which by the way, weather check for myself over here in Tucson/Oro Valley, we're at a balmy 82. I don't know if that's coming through or not, but
it was a little outshined by the
by the sheer blue sky as the illustration from behind. But 82 degrees, which I went on a walk with Shelby yesterday. We were just walking around the neighborhood. So many tarantulas, by the way. That's a different topic.
Oh.
Yeah, like a lot. Like I walked 3 miles. I probably saw 6 tarantulas.
That's double the amount of tarantulas per mile. You can't do that. I mean, if there was like 3, that's like, all right, that's 1 tarantula per mile. That makes sense.
They're like little mile markers,
Yeah.
I don't need the half-mile tarantula marker.
I don't need the 0.5 check-in of like, just so you know, it's like the steps on your iPhone, but you get the old tarantula. You're like, oh shit, I got 6,000 steps today. I'm doing great. I saw 12 tarantulas. I'm the best day of my life.
And what was more alarming is they were all dead. There wasn't a single live one, which was like it seemed like an omen to me. It seemed like a bad thing. I'm like, because a live tarantula, I mean, tarantulas are your friend. They're lovely spiders. Keep them the hell away from me. Don't come in my house.
No.
But just in like the whole, ecosystem, they're like net good,
Yeah.
But they're also the creepiest things I've ever seen. So it's all the hair. Hair does not belong on spiders.
Most spiders got hair on them though. Not just tarantulas. They're all hairy.
I don't like that.
Well, you know what it is? So that you talking about the omen, like the dead tarantulas, that is like one of those things where like when you're in like the movie, like The Hills Have Eyes, and you're heading out to the mountains and you just keep seeing a bunch of dead tarantulas. You're like, we should turn back. This is not,
we got to go.
That's the one lesson I've learned from being a horror movie fan. It's like, pay attention to your surroundings. It's good to be a scared guy, to be like, all right, something's up,
Yeah, don't just write it off just because it's like, that's all right, or like, there's like red flag number 1, but then you're on red flag number 6 and you're like, all right, we gotta head back. This is too much.
That's the 3rd dead tarantula I've seen.
it's time to go.
In a mile and a half. This is not good.
Cardio can wait. Whatever's up ahead, if the tarantula couldn't survive, I'm not gonna survive.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think's killing the tarantulas? That's where my mind goes. I'm like, what creature is so brave that's just
leaving
taking them out?
I think it's probably just bug spray and like poison, if I had to guess, because they were like right up on the wall, which makes me sad. It's like we're the problem, humans.
Yeah,
which you don't love to see, but you got to live somewhere. It's like, I don't know. Everybody's home is someone else's home. You know what I mean?
Well, it was like the mouse last week. I was like with the mouse, where it's like, listen, I don't want to have to like take out a mouse, but it's like, I live here. This is my house. I can't.
Yeah. I pay rent. You don't pay rent. You don't even know what rent is. You stupid little mouse.
I bet you mice do have rent, bro. I bet you there's some fat rat out there that's taking everybody's money.
A little mouse tax,
Yeah, dude.
Damn. Okay, speaking of, have you ever seen it's an animated movie called The Great Mouse Detective, which it's
No,
like
but I
it's
gotta
like
see it.
it's like this old, yeah, it's like an old animated movie. This mouse, he's a detective, if you couldn't tell by the title. He's oh, come on. Well, that's the thumbnail. I don't know how I'm gonna drop in the water, but we'll get it. That was a spit take for everybody for everybody tuning in.
Oh no, I got it all over the electric stuff.
That's good. That's what you want. That's what you want. Just right on the sample.
Why'd you have to say it again? You know that's the funniest thing ever.
Well, it's because if it's like sometimes the title it doesn't give away the whole movie, but in this case it does. He is a mouse detective.
But what else would he be? It would be upsetting if you were like, have you seen this movie, The Mouse Detective? It's about Iraq. You'd be like, whoa. You'd be like,
damn.
Whoa.
How'd they make those guns so tiny for that little mouse?
So it just got me. It was just like, all right, so it's called Mouse Detective. You're not gonna believe this, but it's about.
Wait till you hear what this movie's about. So it's this little tiny mouse who solves mysteries.
I'm not gonna drink water. I gotta wait.
Who solves mysteries in London? Okay, but he lives in Sherlock Holmes's house. He like lives in a little mouse hole in Sherlock Holmes's. So I don't know what the IP rights are there. Like for Sherlock Holmes, is Sherlock Holmes? He's got it right. But anyways,
wait, go ahead. What?
Well, I'm just saying, the guy who wrote him, it's like,
yeah.
It's like you can't put like Super Mario right here, otherwise we'd have to pay Nintendo or whatever.
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, so I'm saying, did Disney? I'm pretty sure it was a Disney movie. Did Disney have to pay, the folks over at the Sherlock Holmes house to use the name? I don't know.
Well, how about this? Sherlock Holmes might be old enough that it's public domain. You know what I mean? You know about this public domain? Have you heard about this? It's like just stuff that you could just use.
It's like old stuff. Yeah. People were like, "Oh, this is old. We don't care." Well, yeah, it's free. It's free.
You reach a certain point with stuff in society where they're like, "All right, if you're still talking about this, you don't have to pay for this. Like, it's on you for talking about something this old."
Yeah. I watched, what is that old movie with, hold on. I got to look it up real quick. Hold on. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. What is it called? Charade.
That sounds
You ever seen that movie?
No. Is it about Guess Who? Or is it
kind of
7-Up?
Kind of. So Charade, 1960s movie. Cary Grant, Audrey Hepburn. I love Cary Grant. Audrey Hepburn, Walter Matthau was in it, but it's kind of like a whodunit type thing.
Love it.
So anyways, Great Mouse Detective, Sherlock Holmes, this little tiny mouse going around solving crimes, but there's a big fat rat that's the bad guy.
I bet.
So
I bet.
That's just all to say.
I told you. I mean, I feel like I gotta watch this Mouse Detective movie. Maybe that could be our October movie.
We just never do an October movie. We got a list of like 30 movies. We don't watch a single one of them. No. That would be This Is the Show.
Oh yeah, dude. Here's the thing. We're probably not gonna watch it. We will, but like we might not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if we do, it's most likely like you and I are gonna watch the movies and we're just gonna text about it,
And when we say movies, we mean Rounders or Ocean's 11.
yeah, of course. Movies we've seen a number of times already.
I don't want to watch a movie I've never seen before.
It's tough because I've been watching The Sopranos. I'm on season 3 now.
Yeah,
and so far so good. I'm watching. I'm watching Rounders. I'm watching The Sopranos. You saw me say. You always saw me always say. Anyways, I'm watching The Sopranos, and I feel good watching something I haven't seen before. It's like very like, what's gonna happen? I don't know the answer to any of the questions I have, which is nice. But I don't have that buffer of being like, I know exactly what's going to happen. And that's the comforting, aspect of it. It's like, I was talking to a friend of mine and I told her that I like rewatch movies like a lot. And she was like, oh, you must have really bad anxiety. And I was like, Thank you. I do. How did you? I didn't know that was like a sign of anxiety, but completely checks out. You want something that you can control.
No surprises. Also, you feel smart. You know what I mean? Like, even though, you ever do
You
this thing where it's
figured
like,
it out.
you ever be that guy where you're like just by yourself in your house and like there's no one next to you and you're like, and I watch this part. I bet he's gonna go in the house, and then they do, and you're like, fucking nailed it, dude.
I knew it.
I knew it. I'm the smartest guy by myself in my house right now. You don't even know.
Yeah.
No one is smart as me in my house by myself.
I'm the king of Ocean's 12 now.
I'm like talking to the dog that I live with, Brody. I'm like, Brody, you don't even know what's about to happen, but I do.
And then he just lays there. The looks that he gives you, by the way, like this dog that looks up at you, and then you send a photo, and he's like laying on the floor, he's laying on your bed or wherever he's laying. He's up on the couch. Does he ever get up on the couch?
Big on the couch.
Yeah.
How about
those
this?
dogs? Those dogs love the couch.
How about this? The other morning, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and I go back to bed. I leave the door open to my room. Brody comes in. He does the sprint jump up onto the bed on me while I'm sleeping. Yeah, like he's doing like the get up. It's time to get up. That's fun.
That is fun. Dogs, I will say this about dogs, because I like a good dog.
Alex hates dogs.
I don't hate dogs.
For the new listeners, he hates.
I don't hate dogs. Dogs are fine. Dogs are just fine, though. They're not the extraordinary thing that people make them. Listen, I'm not going to get into this because I don't want a bunch of like dog fans to come after me, because do whatever you want. Love dogs, the movie Must Love Dogs. Great flick. You
wouldn't be in that film.
I would not. It would be Must Tolerate Dogs. That would be my movie.
Yeah. This is my favorite Alex take that's come up, because I didn't know it for years. I didn't know it, but it's definitely my favorite so far. We don't need to get into it. We've already talked about it on past episodes, but now that we got the video clips, you put this on TikTok and tag it like local man hates dogs as like the tags. A bunch of teenagers will come after you.
30s white male hates dogs. Just God.
Cut to you being like, so Mouse Detective, and they're like,
yeah,
this isn't what I signed up for.
This isn't it.
But speaking of that, folks, we actually have an email today, and we got the 3-topic random. Wait, let me say it again. The 3 random topic listener challenge. There
nice.
It is. There it is.
Nailed it.
I blew it the first time. I get nervous with the
camera
on me.
Why?
I'm still getting used to it. I feel like people are looking at me. I mean, they are.
They are.
I know.
They are. Yeah.
Not to think about it.
Everybody, stop what you're doing and look directly at Casey right now.
Oh,
listen, we know it's a VOD, but he'll know. All right. Everybody's looking at you, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm walking down the street. Everybody's looking at me. But anyways, we have an email. Speaking of which, email us. This is the show 69@gmail.com. Write in. Or how about this, Alex? If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a comment on the video. We'll read the comments.
I'll take some. Yeah, we'll take some challenges from the comments. Yeah, as long as they're not rude. Like if one of the challenges is go fuck yourself, I'm probably not going to do
it. I got your challenge right here. As long as it's not that, we'll entertain it.
Yeah, for sure. Right in. I love reading other people's words.
Yeah,
specifically from emails. So we got an email here from my mother, no less.
Woo!
Okay. Thank you for writing in, Mom. So wholesome. Couldn't think of anything better. So she writes in, she says, "Hello guys. I'm loving your show so much. It's a true highlight of my week. I listen as I'm working and I feel like I'm sitting in a room shooting the breeze with you both. I laugh out loud so many times. You crack me up." It's the mom stamp of approval right there.
That's big.
All right. So she says, 3 topics I think you should think about.
Oh boy.
Topic number 1, laundry. Do you do it on a certain day? Folding sheets and linens. Do you do it as soon as they're dry to prevent wrinkles? Does that matter? Do you fold it a certain way to fit it on the shelf? And then she says, how do you fold those blasted fitted sheets? Great questions. So that's number 1. I think the question overall is laundry. Do we do it on a certain day and how do we fold stuff? So that's question number 1.
Sure. I got it.
Question 2 is coffee or tea. And do you have to be, but
that one.
Watch, I just come out and say that I don't like light coffee, and that's like my second hot take that surprises you.
You hop on the video camera, all of a sudden you're a tea drinking cat loving son of an onion. Like, Alex
and then
changed.
He's like, man, this is really going through some stuff over there in Arizona. I don't want to lose my identity. So so I just create a new one. And then so do you have to be in a certain mood or time of day for your preference for the coffee or tea? And then the kind of like last theme here is changes as you get older, new aches and pains, ibuprofen, hair changes, outlooks on what's important now as opposed to what was important a few years ago, setting goals. Is it just as important? This is the one.
I start having a mental breakdown. I'm like, oh my God. I
haven't thought about this. Yeah. All right. So I think, overall, it's just, changes as we get older. Have we noticed things that have happened over time? So let's just take one right off the top. She said, so for laundry, do we do it, on a certain day? And the whole folding sheets and linens thing. I have my answer queued up. Casey, I'm interested. You want to go first? You let me know.
All right. So I just did laundry 3 days ago. Now I got a hot take about laundry. All right. It's a chore. It's something that you got to do. Everybody's got to do it, right?
Everybody's got laundry.
How about this for a hot take? You ready for a hot take?
I'm ready, baby.
I actually find folding laundry very meditative. I find it very relaxing. I plug in the headphones. I put on a podcast. This is the show, for example. I don't listen to my own podcast, but you guys could listen to it. Put on a podcast. Okay. Oh, I got a lot to talk about with laundry.
Cue it up, bro. Let it rip, man.
First question is, when you're folding, let's stick on folding here. We'll get to the process in the beginning. When you fold laundry, are you a keep it in the bag guy and take article by article out, or are you a dump it all on the bed guy and then go from there? For me, I'm the big dump it on the bed guy because two things. One, you get the joy of dumping a bunch of stuff on your bed, which is just
so
fun.
great.
I don't know what it is, but like men, I'm speaking for all men right now, but I know you like this too, but just like the idea of something so simple of just taking a bunch of stuff and just like it's like
just throwing it
when you throw a big rock in like a body of water. It's like that. We just
so
love
satisfying.
We
love
it.
The big splash.
The big splash, but the big clothing splash. You take it all out, you shake it, and they all dump it out. It's fun. It's one of my simple pleasures. So you do that, and then the second perk of it is that your bed now smells like the fresh laundry. You know what I mean? You get the sheets
nice.
with
the whole room sometimes.
Yeah, you get that downy smell or Tide or whatever it is, whatever you're using.
Yeah.
But so I find it very meditative. I pour it all on the bed. I get in there. I fold it. I like to take the fold like very seriously with my t-shirts because how about this? I got some shirts that I hang up, like I'm wearing a shirt underneath this shirt tonight. This is not a hang up shirt. This is a fold shirt. And I do the fold where you, this is hard to illustrate, but like you put the arms in and then you do one fold like half up and then you fold the other, you know what I mean?
So it's like a little, like it folds on itself kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's like the perfect square.
The best.
And then I stack those shirts. I do the shirt stack, which is fun. So I have those shirts. Then I have the hang shirts. Then I fold the boxers. And then I do the socks last. And I get a lot of joy out of it. It's like that, what's her name? Like Florida
Marie Kondo.
Yeah.
Marie Kondo.
You got it.
Yeah. I knew what you were saying before you even went there.
Yeah. So it's like that. I find laundry very meditative. I'm into it. I don't view it as like the terrible chore that some
like an arduous task that's like, that gets in the way. Yeah. I actually completely agree. I love doing laundry. Specifically the folding even. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
The folding's big.
Yeah. And it feels like, I mean, first of all, no one ever talks about how much laundry there actually is. I don't know where all these clothes come from. I didn't buy any of these clothes. I didn't even buy the shirt. I didn't buy I don't know where these clothes keep coming from. They keep popping up though. I'm like, here's a new shirt. Here's a new shirt. And then I see a shirt. And I'm like, I haven't seen this shirt in 6 years. Where did it come from?
And
so
it's
that's
in
number
the
one.
laundry, which
And I
know,
washed it, which means I must have worn it. I don't remember wearing this shirt.
well, I was gonna say, just
Ghosts, Casey.
not to cut you off, but you ever do this move where, you know, now this is a stupid thing that I do, but
I'm
because
ready.
it's an easy fix. But this is me in a nutshell. If you're looking to understand me as a person, this is it. This is the nugget right here. I have a certain amount of hangers. Okay.
Mhm.
I buy new clothes. I'll buy a new sweatshirt that gets hung up. I'll buy a new button down. I'll buy a new sweater. I'll buy a new collared shirt, whatever. I don't buy more hangers. I've had this set amount of hangers for this amount of time. So
You
ever
just
do
rocking
this?
10 hangers for the last 6 years?
But you ever do this? And the answer is no, because I'm crazy. But I do this thing where if I run out of hangers, I'll pick one shirt that, like, like the old shirt from like 6 years ago that's on the hanger.
Yeah.
I'll take it off clean and just put it in the hamper like it's dirty, and then and I'll just keep washing it with the cycle.
It's the
every
hamper shirt.
time.
It's the one that stays in the hamper. It's never been worn and it's never dirty and it's always getting washed.
And so you do know what I'm talking about. It's not that crazy. Oh, your cat's in the background, by the way.
She's looking to do some laundry.
Oh man. But so you know about this. This isn't just me being crazy, right? This is like a thing.
No. I do this like the same exact thing, or like at least up until recently, because I got more wardrobe space, and so now I just have like a bunch of hangers that I'm not using. So it's like that, like the opposite, where like I got all these hangers. But yes, I like to this day I'll still have like a hoodie or a sweatshirt that I'll kind of like pop on, and I'm like, and I don't actually even wash it with it's just in the hamper. And then I take it out and I'm like, this is clean. I don't need to wash this. And then I put it back in the hamper.
It's crazy. I've had
it's a hoodie I'll never wear. I'll never wear it.
Dude, I've had an American Apparel light blue zip up hoodie that I haven't worn since 2014. That just does that. It just rotates. It just goes into the hamper. I don't wear it. I don't wash it. That's a great point you just brought up. You never wash it. You're like,
why would I spend the money to wash this thing?
Why the fuck would I wash this? It's clean. And then you just keep it in the hamper with the rest of the dirty clothes. But you're not going to wear it because you're like, who would wear this? This is the worst article of clothing I own. I would never wear this in my life.
Yeah.
And then but this is the problem, is that it's just like, I can't get rid of stuff. And I also can't buy more stuff. I could just buy more hangers.
You're trapped with the same shit you've always had.
Yeah. I don't buy more hangers, and I don't get rid of the thing that I don't wear anymore.
But this is a new hoodie, to be honest, right?
Which one?
The one you're wearing.
No, I've had this for 3 years.
Where's the hoodie that you sent me the link for? And you were like, I'm going to get this hoodie.
That's a new one. See, that's the problem. I want to get a new one. This is about to become a hamper hoodie if I buy
the hamper hoodie.
If I buy, you know what? I should not buy that hoodie because I got this one, and this one should not be a hamper hoodie, but it's about to be if I buy that one. It's all bad news.
Yeah, it's tough. I will say though, because I don't know how this happened, but I have about maybe 15 towels, like shower towels.
What?
And well, that's not the crazy part. That's just a fact. I got a lot of towels. You don't have a lot of towels?
Bro, I don't even want to say how many towels I have.
How many towels do you own?
No.
Tell me how many towels you own.
I'm not telling you how many towels
I need to know. I can't possibly go on with this story wondering if you're out here with one towel.
Tell me what the crazy part of the story is.
All right, we're circling. There's no way I'm forgetting this.
No,
I want you to know.
Forget it.
I'm not going
sure
to.
We forget it.
All right. Casey owns one towel. I own 15. But this is why. Okay. First of all, I'm shopping for 2 people here with the towels.
Sure.
And I used to have long hair. I'm putting my hair up in that towel up until very recently, for it to dry. Also, the wife, she's doing that too. She's doing the whole towel around the head thing. Yeah. So realistically, that's 4 towels right there. Yeah. Now you got those chilling, but then you got guests, people coming over. You're coming over. Other people are coming over. I'm housing up to 3-4 guests. That's 3-4 additional towels I'll need. Because there's no way. Imagine if I came to visit you right now with you owning one towel and I need to shower. Are you going to pass me your wet towel?
Well, here's the
I'm
thing.
not judging, by the way. And so don't take my
Sounds like you're
tone for
judging.
judgment. No,
Sounds
I
like
want to
you're judging.
clarify. Own one towel. But if I'm coming over, you got to say, hey, it's BYOT. Because because there's no way that I'm going to use this wet towel.
All right. Fair. I think that 15 is a little much. I think that's a lot.
Some are decorative.
Sure. Wait. Decorative shower towels?
Yeah, just like the ones you keep on the rack, but you're not touching.
No, you use the ones on the rack.
I got 4 black towels I've never used. They hang on the rack just to make the room look nice.
I'll tell you who could use
I'll dry
those
my
towels.
hands on it.
Well,
What?
if you're trying your hands on it, that's now a hand towel. I hate to
But I'm
break it to
rarely
you.
I'm rarely in that bathroom is all I'm saying. So all right. So anyways, my whole thing about the towels, just to take it all the way back, was I got all these towels, but I go to grab a new towel and there's no two that are the same. I got no 2 similar towels except for the 4 black ones that I'm not using. I got all these white towels. And I think what happens is because I'll go to the store, and you go to buy a towel or 2, but then you keep doing that over the years and you keep buying these different towels. So anyways, I got all these different tape. What?
What do you mean different towels? What do you mean?
Like they're physically different. Like they look a little bit like if you
Yeah.
were to, yeah, they're just different towels, but they're different white towels. So this is all to say, when you go to fold them, they're all different sizes.
Oh, yeah. I do understand that.
So for the
that, because
question of how, you fold it, how does it, how do you fold it? It doesn't matter. It does, because you got to get them all the same. Otherwise you're getting like this, weird shape. I just did a shape with my hands for those of you listening. It's a nonsensical shape, but anyways, go ahead.
Well, how about this? You got the beach towel. How about those beach towels?
Oh, the tricky beach towel.
The beach
So
towels.
long and thin.
They're so thin, dude.
Like
crazy thin. Where you're like, what? Why did they think that was enough fabric for the beach?
It's never enough, and
Where
it's
you're with
always
the
uncomfortable.
With the sand, you would assume more thickness, more fabric. Why
You
not
need
more
more.
fabric?
Yeah, I really truly, and I've thought about this, because every time you go to the beach, someone's got that ratty ass beach towel, and you're just holding it, and it's thin. Like if you hold it into the wind, it's gonna start whistling. Like a blade of grass or something.
Hold on.
And
hold
so,
on. Hold on.
All right, I'm watching.
I'm gonna see if I can.
Casey's reaching for something here,
Hold
folks.
on. Let me reach. There it is, folks. There it is.
Is that your beach towel, or is
That's
that
my-
your towel?
That's my beach towel. It's not my
Okay.
towel. Come on.
Okay. I
But
wanted to make sure.
Look at this for the folks at home.
I wouldn't
Look at-
judge.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at how thin that is. Can you see that? That's insane.
And I never know what side of the towel I'm supposed to use when I'm drying off, because as you're probably experiencing right now, you got that one side that's super smooth, right? With like the design on it. And then there's that other side that feels like more like a traditional towel. That tells me I'm supposed to use that side to dry off. But that thing absorbs water like crazy. It gets so heavy and wet.
and like weirdly scratchy when it dries.
That's
You know
what I'm
that
saying. It's so
scratch?
uncomfortable.
Well, here's the thing. To circle back to the original point, if you're coming to visit my house, this is the guest towel.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
This is the guest towel.
No
this is
way.
the one that you folks, again, I just threw it to the side of the room.
You're like,
but
come visit me. Here's your towel.
but I do have one towel. I got one towel. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
I live, I don't live by myself. I got roommates, but
But you're not sharing towels.
I'm not sharing towels. And if somebody comes
Yeah.
over, I do have the beach towel for them to
Good.
use.
Good.
But
Yeah, that's fine. Hey,
you bro-
there's no problem with that. No
listen,
problem.
There is a problem with the beach towel, which, by the way, it's too thin, and all the problems we just get.
I couldn't
scratchy,
imagine
it's
being on a
wet.
flight for 7 hours to come see your ass. I take a train from JFK to your house. I'm like, God, I can't wait to shower. And then you hand me a beach towel to dry off with. I couldn't imagine. I could not
I
imagine.
had you a virgin pina colada and a beach towel, like, welcome to vacation,
You
bitch.
say go crazy.
Oh man, I feel like it is like a joke that like the man in their 30s that lives in New York only has the one towel. But here's my case. I'm gonna defend guys who have one towel. I feel like the more towels you have, the more like willing you are. How about this? How about this?
Hmm.
If you're single, right? You're a single guy. I'm not single. I got a lady. We've been together for 2.5 years. She's great. Love her.
Yeah.
Check her out on Instagram. Becca Professional. She's hilarious. Comedian. Funny lady.
Hilarious.
I'm not single. What if I was single? Wouldn't you? How about this? Let me paint you a little picture for you here.
Paint it up.
I go out on a date, right? I'm a single guy. I go out. Date goes well. All of a sudden, the date's coming back to my house. What's this?
What's this?
What's this? Comes over to my house.
Sure.
All of a sudden, she comes in my room. She sees a pantry filled with towels. She's gonna be like, "This guy is a philanderer. This guy is some womanizer." Because a single guy with 15 towels, which I know you're married, you got guests, you got a house, it's different. But if I had that many towels, it's suspicious. You're like, "What are you doing with all those towels? Who are those towels for?"
You got like a closet full of
at your house?
15 towels, single-use toothbrushes,
Yeah.
6 boxes of like, yeah, okay, all right.
So
But
that's my defense of having the one
Yeah.
towel, because I'm one guy.
I will
Casey.
say there's probably a healthy number in between 1 and 15.
How about this?
That we could probably land on.
Right in.
I'm not counting that beach towel as towel 2. I'm not doing that.
Dude, that's so funny. You're never gonna come visit me knowing that you're.
I'll
literally gonna have
visit,
to
but I'm
shower.
packing it. I'm bringing one of these towels, and guess what? I'm leaving them because it's not like they go to anything anyways. They're all mismatched towels.
You should bring those black towels. You never use them anyways. Finally, I could get some use out of them. But I was gonna say this about. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I had something. What were we just saying before that?
The single use toothbrushes, the towels. You're like a womanizer if you got too many towels. Living in New York City, apparently, if you're a single guy.
What I was going to say is, that's what I was going to say. Write in. This is the show 69@gmail.com. Tell us how
Yeah.
many towels
Are
you
you-
have.
Yeah.
What's your housing situation? Do you live alone? Do you live with your spouse? Do you live with your significant other, your partner?
Yeah, because
Write
that
in.
factors in. That factors into the
does.
like overall towel count.
Yeah, it's big. Also, are you a man? Are you a woman? Are you gender non-binary? What type of person are you, and what type of towel usage do you have? We want to know, because Alex has got 15. I got 2, including a beach towel.
You got 1, bro.
And also tell us which amount of towels you think is the healthy medium for someone like me or Alex. Like, where can we land where
Yeah.
we're not overdoing it, but we're also not underdoing, where if you come to visit Casey's house in Queens, you're showering with, the fucking cheeseburger in paradise beach towel that I got for free at a wedding. You know what I mean? Which, by the way, I did get that beach towel for free at a wedding, at a beach wedding this summer.
Oh my God, bro.
So I didn't even
Oh my
buy that
God.
towel. That is a wedding gift
Oh
towel.
my God.
That's my number 2.
Dude,
So-
that is so funny.
How many hand towels you got?
That's a whole other conversation, bro.
Because you probably do those decorative hand towels, I bet. You
Well,
probably
they got to go on top of the decorative towels, because you do the decorative towel,
yeah,
and then you do the decorative hand towel on top
that's
of it.
right. That's right. I do it.
And that's not even gonna count towards the kitchen towel situation, because that's a whole other ball game. And
Like a
I
dish
play
towel?
heavy in the dish towel game. Oh yeah,
How many dish towels you got?
upwards of 10, 12 probably. Yeah.
Ooh.
And only 2 of those are like proper, like decorative, which they just kind of hang on the oven handle.
You do,
But I still use those.
Well, you got to dry your hands with the ones on the oven handle.
Yeah. It says God bless America, and then there's like the Blue Lives Matter flag just right on top of it. It's great. Yeah. I got it for free at a gun rally.
He loves it. He loves it.
I'm just kidding, folks.
No, he's not getting. That's the TikTok clip I'm gonna pull, and I'm just gonna put it out without context. We're gonna get a way different fan base.
Just that slice, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna get a way different fan
No, I
base.
love it. Yeah, I look like I would be at a gun rally.
No, look at you.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
All right. I didn't get the joke. But
all right.
what I was gonna say about hand towels is, do you do the seasonal hand towel?
Oh,
Like
yes.
do you have the fall hand towel out where it's like because how about this? You could have October hand towels where it's like leaves and like pumpkins and cats on them, like black cats. Then in November, you get the hand towel that says like give thanks and it's got the turkey on it. You know that one?
Yeah.
That
I actually,
fun.
and this is not a riff, I do have a give thanks hand towel.
You gotta have the give
gotta
thanks.
have it.
You gotta have the give thanks hand towel.
But my problem is with these hand towels is unlike most decorations that go back into storage,
Yeah.
the hand towels, through no fault of my own, they never make it back into the bin. So they're just in the year-round rotation. It's give thanks in October 24/7 here at the Web House because I straight up forget to put them in the bin. And is the bin only a few steps away from the kitchen? Yes, so easy to put away. But I just have no real desire to put them away.
No.
So,
although it is interesting. You know, it's like the people, because I'm a big Christmas decoration guy. So are you.
me too. Yeah.
And we put out the Christmas decoration. You do get into that category where it's like, if you got like Christmas towels out, where it's like, be jolly, Merry Christmas hand towels in like March.
Yeah.
it's a little, you're like,
it's
all
like,
right.
you got to let it go.
Yeah,
Just
you gotta,
like move on, bro. Quit,
gotta-
you know.
You got to get the hand towels with the flowers on them, like those yellow and pink hand towels where they got the little like spring out into
the little sprigs.
Spring. Yeah, they're on springs. They're on little springs. The flowers of the springs. You got to put those out. Although the summer hand towels, there's not a lot of summer hand towels. I feel like that's just regular hand towel time.
Yeah, it's weird because you get into like two different territory types where it's like Saturdays are for the boys hand towels.
You don't have those, do you?
No, I don't, but I'm just saying like there's two lanes, you know?
Sure.
There's there's that lane, or there's like overly bright and cheery hand towels that are still just as obnoxious, but for two different reasons. My whole thing is I actually think summer's depressing. I have I think like the opposite of the seasons, like autumn. Like I'm good through spring. I'm good through mid-spring. And then the days start to get a little longer. It starts to get a little hotter out. People start wearing shorts. I'm like, I hate this, you know? And I love shorts. Wear shorts. But it's like, that's like the signal for summer, you know? Anyways.
So were you going to say something about the summer hand towels, or then was that it?
That was pretty much it. Yeah.
All right.
That's just an idle thought.
I was going to say this in hand towels, because you ever go to this guy's house? You ever go to like a person's house where they got like the sports team that they love? They got all their towels and that, where it's just, you go to somebody's house and it's just Mets towels. And you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
You're showering with a picture of Tom Brady on the towel behind you. You're like, I can't do this.
Oh God. And it's weird because I wrestle. I'm not going to go through this whole like traditional sports versus esports conversation, because that's a whole other thing. But it is funny. I'm over at a family member's house. I'm watching esports on the TV, and I'm just I'm sitting there. This is all going to circle back. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm with you.
It's not going to circle back. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching an esports tournament, and they're like, "So you just sit here and watch them play?" And it's like, meanwhile we're sweating for Sunday night football. And it's like, so you're just going to sit there and watch them play? It's like, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Anyways, this is all to say that you can get those true sports fanatics where it's like everything is their sports team, and that's fine. Love whatever you love. This is the show. Do whatever you want. I'm just making an observation that it does seem to be a little one-sided when it comes to sports gear, because it's like you're going into, what is it, Just for Hats or whatever these places are called. And it's like, it's just wall to wall sports gear. I mean, everything is a sports.
Hats.
I mean, everything. Everything is, like in that team. And somehow there are certain sports franchises where those teams are the worst. Patriots being one of them. Raiders close second. What? I'm just saying,
No,
objectively.
I'm not a Patriots fan. Come on, I watch football.
And Cowboys fans, because they're everywhere. It doesn't. People never have been to Texas before a day in their life. They live in Michigan and they're like, let's go Cowboys. I'm like, how did we get here? Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But yes, the sports hand towels, crazy.
Well, I was gonna say, in relation to, like, I saw, like, I feel like there's a thing of like over fandom in general, no good. I'm
just
not
about
into
anything.
it. Yeah. Because everybody makes fun of like the adults who like love Disney. You ever meet these people? They're like, Mickey Mouse is my dad or whatever. You know those people? Which sounds like I'm making fun of them right now, but like, hang with me. But
you ever get these people who shame these Disney freaks? It's like,
no. Stay with me here. So,
oh my God. I love Disney, bro.
I love
Come
Disney
on.
too. If you love Disney,
right.
Write in. This is the show 69@gmail.com. But
bro, we cannot piss off the Disney crowd because they are freaks, bro. We do not want that type of energy over here.
Stop calling them freaks. Stop calling them freaks.
They're people.
I'm not making a show about freaks. But I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna fucking throw up. This is insane. All right.
It's so hot in here, bro.
It's so hot. I'm red as an apple right now.
Nice.
Happy autumn. But what was my point? Oh,
it's the Disney folks.
Disney folks. If it's like everybody makes fun of people that love Disney as adults, right? And I know people like this. They're great people. They're fine. We love them.
They're just like you and I.
They're just like us. But what's the difference between a guy who's like obsessed with Goofy and he's 30? Stop it. Stop laughing. What's the difference between a guy who's obsessed with Goofy as a 30-year-old versus a guy who is obsessed with the Giants, who fucking wears a cheese hat to a fucking Green Bay Packers game? You know what I mean? Like, what's
Green Bay Hackers?
That's the name of me when I go on stage. But what's the difference? That's what I'm trying to say, Alex. It's like there's extreme fandom. You get into both worlds where it's like, if you are super into esports, right? You're super into video games. You like watching that. That's fine. There's no difference between that guy and the guy that's like, you know, into Disney. There's not like a difference in that way.
Amen,
in the sense
sister.
of like, oh, you're just gonna watch him do it, like, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? The same guy.
I completely agree.
Who's got AC/DC hand towels? You know, like he loves AC/DC. It is what it is.
And yeah, go ahead.
No. But the point is that I think we are very into whatever we like. We like to be like, if you don't like that, then I don't like you, and whatever you like is stupid. So that's how you end up with, you know, with people shitting on people that love Disney, or like Harry Potter, right? That's another big one. I never saw
Lord of the Rings.
Well, that's the thing. I like the first two Harry Potters. We just talked about this last week. I like those movies. Harry Potter people that are super into it are like, you don't even know
what's your house, bitch.
Yeah, Expelliarmus on your ass. And I'm like, all right, just let me like the Christmas movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, just because anybody's not as into everything that you are into doesn't make that thing not acceptable to be into. All this to say, get whatever fucking hand towels you guys like. I like all of them. This is the show 69@gmail.com. Email us.
I completely agree, first and foremost. And I'll even go a step further to say that I think it's great. Now, you know, take this with a grain of salt, depending on what you're getting obsessed with. But I think that being obsessed with stuff is great. I think people should be more obsessed about stuff. I think that like apathy and like this whole like, it's too cool to overlike stuff. You should find something that you love and just get super into it. Like, let it transform you as a person. I think that's great. You know, within reason. Like, don't go, you know, wild, but like just like stuff. I think it's great to like stuff. I love stuff. And not just physical objects, but just things, you know, like whether it's like history. I love learning about stuff. I don't remember shit, but I'll learn about some stuff, bro. You name it. I'm reading a book about Theodore Roosevelt right now, I'm not going to remember a page out of this book, but I love reading about it.
Well, here's the thing. We're big stuff guys. We love stuff. You love stuff. You're big into stuff. I will say, though, on the other side of the coin, how great is it to hate stuff, though? It's so good. It's
And
like
that could be your obsession.
It's the taste of the Adam and Eve apple, where you're like, well, how about this? Because, but also, is there a worse feeling in America than when you're like, I just saw this, I love this, and somebody's like, that's stupid. You're like, I'm gonna go kill myself. Like, this is the worst moment of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what makes me so sad? And you see these kids like in school and stuff a lot. Is like, you know, when they're like, didn't you love this thing? It was the best thing. And then that one kid's like, I hated this thing. And then that first kid's like, yeah, I didn't really like it either. It's like, don't cave, like your thing. But have you ever met these people that just like bow out so easily?
Well, how about this? I think hot take, the guys that bow out of the thing they like, that's you and me. I feel like we're the guy because we don't.
We're non-confrontational.
Well, that's the thing. We don't like to get in the middle of stuff. We're like, all right, like, yes, you're right. We're those guys, but so I defend those guys. Those kids, like,
that's fair.
I get that kid's mindset. He's probably a scared guy. You know what I mean? He
doesn't
want
big scared guy. He just doesn't want to get yelled at. You know.
Well, how about this? I was going to say the other side of the coin is this is how it happens where the Disney adults get defensive because everybody's like making fun of the thing that they like. So they're like,
which sucks.
And then those people that are like crazy about it come at guys like me who I'm like, I liked it. It was all right. I saw it. And they're like, how could you not? What are you
be
stupid?
On board?
Yeah. What are you stupid? And you're like, no, I'm not stupid. I didn't like it as much as it. So no one's allowed to like or not like anything. The whole thing's a waste. We should all just quit. We should all just quit. We need a vacation. That's
you know what? Don't like anything. Forget what I just said 30 seconds ago. Don't like anything. Just bow out. You know. But no, it's true. And like there is this weird thing about fandoms in general. My mic audio keeps like going up and down. I don't know why, but I'm watching it. But anyways, there is this weird thing about fandoms in general, like exactly what you're saying, where like if you see someone or find someone who's obsessed with Star Wars, let's say, that's kind of like the most, I think, probably cannibalistic fandom of all time, because they absolutely love the thing. They don't want the thing to change or evolve. And if it doesn't, but then also if it doesn't evolve, it's equally as terrible. And then if you meet someone who is within that fandom, they're the worst. But if nobody's a part of the fandom, they're also the worst. It's like you cannot win with these folks. Right. It is truly brutal. And it really is unfortunate because, you know, a lot of these fandoms are based, you know, again, we talked about this on episode 29, but they're kind of rooted within nostalgia, but it is this kind of like, you know, this thing about passing it on to like your children or whatever also, which is a, you know, really cool idea. Like, I had this buddy who took his kid's like, you know, 2 years old or like a year and a half or something like that, took him to Disneyland for the first time. And he was telling me about how he had this sort of like existential cool moment of like, I'm at Disneyland with my kid and I'm kind of like re-experiencing it through my kid's experience, you know, which is like, you know, such a cool thing. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to like stuff, you know, like, you know, you and I might like the same stuff, but we're going to like it for completely different reasons. We're going to have different takes on it. And like, that's the exciting part of it. It's to engage in the discourse of your fandom or whatever you're into, you know, like, and I personally like, you know, I think that you see that a lot, like not just within like IP fandoms, like Marvel and, Star Wars, blah, 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 but just like with everything, right? Like anything that you could possibly be into, beer, comedy, sports. It's like, there's always someone who's like, nah, you don't like this shit, you know?
Oh yeah. Where it's like, you're like the fair weather fan. For sports, it's like, that's the most classic thing is like, you know, I don't watch football. I think football is bad for your brain. I don't think people should be doing that. I think it's bad news bears all around.
Yeah. And also, they make too much money. Let's be honest.
Also, Jesus. Well, let's not get into that.
No,
But-
I'm saying like the organization of the NFL generates insane amounts of money.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about like the players. I'm like, well,
No, they should make all the money. I'm talking about like organized sports as a whole.
No, I hear you. But like I'm not a big NFL guy. I'll watch the playoffs. I'll watch the Super Bowl, then everybody's like, well,
"You're a Patriot.
What are you? You're not gonna like. You don't watch it all year. You don't even know the players. It's like I'm watching the thing. Like I'm not like the only sport that I'm like crazy into is the NBA, and I like all of it. Now I'm from Connecticut. I didn't grow up with a team, and then you meet these people that they're crazy about their team. But if you're just a fan of like, who I love, Giannis. I think Giannis is great. I rooted for him for the whole playoffs last year. The Celtics weren't in the playoffs. I kind of was rooting for the Knicks because I thought they were an underdog, and my brother's a fan, so I was like, I kind of root for them. And then Giannis wins. I'm like loving that Giannis is winning, and then all of a sudden somebody's like, "Well, you're not from Milwaukee. You can't root for the guy." I'm like, I can't like the guy. I follow the sport. I listen to
I keep up with it
with nonstop NBA podcasts. I know his stats. I know like everything about him. Can't I just be a fan? Why do I need to? What do I got to move to Milwaukee now to root for Giannis? What do you want from me?
And then he moves in like 3 years when his contract's up, and you're like, shit, why did I come here? You just keep following Giannis around America just so you could root for him one time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You're like, okay, so now
stupid.
I got to live in Portland to root for Damian Lillard. Go fuck yourself. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
I'm trying my best here. I'm from Connecticut. You know what my team is? The Yukon Huskies, and they're a fucking college. So what do you want?
Oh, Huskies.
Yeah. Woof, woof, or whatever.
That can't be the chant.
Can you imagine if it was?
Dude. Oh, they just go woof. It's like that's the whole thing,
No, it's they spell out the name and they go Yukon. That's the chant. But anyways,
that's a little bit more fun.
All this to say is that the Fairweather fan gets it no matter what. So it's like, if you're not like the biggest fan in the world, all of a sudden you're like a fake fan. You know what I mean?
Well, and sports has to be one of the most dense areas to get involved in because there's two things that are happening. Okay. There's the current season of whatever sport you're following, but then there's 120 years of historical context and players that you need to catch up on also to even maintain a conversation with these nuts that are like obsessed with sports and my father-in-law, he's super deep into football and like used to play football in college, and so he's like deep into it, and me keeping up a conversation with this guy is like woof. I'm like drowning in like I'm a big Huskies fan in that moment. It's crazy. And so but it's tough because there's like this, there's this intimidation factor where you're like, I got to learn all these players and where they went to college and which one's doing well. And then I got to think about, okay, well, who went to this college in, 1976. It's like, I don't know. So anyways, that's my rant, but
no, I mean, it's the same thing with music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's true. You're like, oh, I like this genre of music. And you're like, do you know where the original roots are? And you're like, how about you go into the house? Cause I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to go to a different place that you're standing right now. I'm going to go walk to a different place. How about that?
I'm going to leave.
Like, you're like, oh, I like emo music. And they're like, oh yeah. What do you think was the beginning of emo? And you're like, I don't know, Sunny Day Real Estate. And they're like, it actually began in the early 80s with this band. And you're like, I don't even know. I don't like you. What do you want from me? I don't like you. You're not nice. That's not a nice guy.
Oh, it's so true.
How about that? Here's your take. That's not nice. Stop doing that.
Yeah, just be nice.
Where you flaunt your knowledge. What do you want from me? We know I'm not smart. I know I'm not whatever. I don't know the whole history.
Yeah, it's tough. And you see it like, movies.
Oh yeah.
TV, books. Oh, the books.
Oh, the books. Those damn books.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking read 8 books in my life, I'm not out here, it's like with you know what it is? There's not enough time. There's just too much, or you're only into that thing. I mean, I'm like halfway through Bill Simmons's book right now, The Book of Basketball, according to the Sports Guy. That's his book. You know how many pages this book is, Alex?
Like 500.
No, it's like 893.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
whew.
gonna take me 10 years to read this thing. Like,
It's just 800 pages it takes, bro. That's
just 800 pages of Boston sports knowledge. But that's the thing,
that's
is
wild.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying to
intense.
read that. It's like, who are these guys? I gotta work. I gotta do the cast. I got a dog. Like, what do you want from me? You got a lot of
It's
stuff.
not even your dog.
I gotta fold my laundry. You
Yeah,
know?
and that takes a while. Folding clothes takes a while. Not to bring it back on purpose, but folding clothes, if you're gonna do it right, that takes a hot minute.
Yeah. Well, anyways, coffee or tea, bro?
I'm going tea.
It's fucking. It's an hour. That's an hour.
I know.
That's,
We literally did an hour on towels and liking stuff. I don't even think we have a third topic.
well, we did. Well, if we think about it, we did laundry. So laundry was good. Did laundry. Then we did a whole thing on towels.
On towels, specifically on towels.
We did a thing on specifically towels, and then we did what's it called? We did what is it? Fandom, I guess is what you call
Yeah,
it.
fandoms. Yeah.
Fandom.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Alex's mom. We tried our best.
Yeah, we really tried. I think that's the first time yeah, that's the first time, because the only other time we went over an hour, and we went to like an hour 40
Yeah.
trying to touch those topics, and that was like I think it was listener Kev's challenge or somebody's, I can't really remember, but
we did the one where we had to rank all the PTA films, so that took like an hour.
Oh, that took a while too. Yeah. True. I will just say, just on the coffee or tea thing, because I'm not down the middle on like just coffee, because I do think that tea has its place.
Sure.
First and foremost, you and I, big sleepy time tea guys.
Love it. The little
Love
bear.
a sleepy time tea. Yeah. So like I can only attempt to try to be in the same place of peace as that bear, with the nightcap on, sitting by the fire, and probably reading a great book. And he's not scrolling through Twitter.
No.
That bear doesn't even have Wi-Fi, dude.
No.
It's just sitting there. When is the last time you just sat somewhere with like no tether to the outside world? Truly, when was the last time?
Usually during my job. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
just kidding. No. But
Casey is the best. We loved unemployed Casey. We loved summertime Casey, but work Casey brings a different temperament. This is a different
vibe for sure.
There's a different vibe for sure.
But,
it's like he's a weathered man that has worked only on the ocean for the last 40 years. It's really remarkable. It just shifts like that.
But no, I never just sit and do anything. I sit and I'm thinking about everything.
That's what I'm saying. I like it, yeah. And I think that's the real key to like why being younger was so appealing, is because all you did when you were younger is sit around and let your mind wander. Like my mind used to wander, dude. I used to write whole books in my brain and then just be like, I'm not going to follow through with that idea. I mean, I still do that, but it's just like more condensed snapshot ideas that I don't follow through with. But yeah, there's just something about that, I think my life goal, and I think maybe yours too, I don't want to speak for you here, but I think maybe our life goal as a unit is to be that sleepy time bear.
As the cast, yeah. If the folks watching on the YouTube, or if you're listening on Spotify, the moment you see me and Alex on a sleep hat during an episode, just know we've reached peak cast. It might be our final episode.
That might be it. That's just like the bookend.
Yeah, that's the bookend. That's episode 400.
Yeah.
We figured it all out. We figured everything out. We talked about hand towels. We talked about hand towels so much. We figured it all out.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm a coffee guy, but I do like tea at night too.
Tea's good.
Tea in the winter. I'm a winter sleepy time tea guy.
I was gonna say, the tea really does seem most appropriate during the winter. During the spring, summer, I'm thinking maybe an iced tea every now and again, but I'm just gonna go for an iced coffee, I think.
Hot take. I'm not an iced tea guy. I'm a hot tea guy, and it's usually only sleepy time. I don't do like the
Interesting.
black tea. I don't do the green tea. I do this.
Really?
I'm a chamomile guy. Or not chamomile. I'm a herbal guy. I love
Yeah.
the herbal teas. I love. How about this? You ever have the mint herbal tea? That's fun.
Oh yeah, of course, all the time. Whenever my tummy's a little turnt,
Ooh.
pop a couple bags of mint tea and you're on your way.
Yeah,
dude. I think I have a caffeine addiction because I really, at the end of the day, I don't care where it comes from and what vessel. It could be a Red Bull, it could be a coffee, it could be a tea. I'm just gonna drink it, and I'm gonna drink it until I feel sick to my stomach.
Yeah. You are with caffeine what I am with regular water.
Yeah, like I can't get enough. I'm just like the second, like this cup of coffee is at about right here. And I'm thinking, maybe when maybe when we get off this cast, I'll go put on another cup.
The water's empty. The seltzer's empty. I'm probably going to get another fill of both of them. After
You gotta
the
load up.
cast. I'm going to load up.
Remember the beginning of the cast where I was like, you got to have the water and the coffee. I do have it. And it has remained untouched this whole time. Yeah, you couldn't get more water in here.
Yeah, dude. You hate it.
I'm just gonna use
it.
that water to go make a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you're gonna pour that in the coffee pot in the Mr. Coffee Time or whatever they're called.
Mr. Coffee Time.
Is that what they're called? What are they called?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yeah,
Mr. Coffee Time. That would be a fun name, you know?
Yeah, it's like a little like segment within a TV special, it's like, Mr. Coffee Time, and then they just talk about a coffee fact or something.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think we did the topics. I think we got there.
I think we got as close as we're gonna get.
Should I do the plugs?
Plug them up, baby. Mom, thanks for writing in. Anybody who wants to write in, Casey's gonna hit you with the plugs, but we always love a listener topic. Yeah,
that was great. Thank you for writing in. Sorry that we get off topic, but if you listen to the show, if you're a listener of 32 hours of us, you know the deal. So
yeah.
We love it. Write in, still send suggestions for the October movie watch that me and Alex are going to do. We want more suggestions. So you can send those, your questions, a random topic listener challenge. You can send us just general inquiries that you're loving the show, having a good time, enjoying the video. Let us know how the video is. If you like it, hit us up. This is the show 69@gmail.com.
You drop a comment.
Then drop a comment on the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. This is the show podcast on YouTube. Check it out. Like and subscribe. New videos come out. If you're a subscriber, give us a like, give us a comment, give us something.
Give us that little thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. Don't give me the thumbs down. We don't need the thumbs down.
Bro, we get one thumbs down, I'll probably quit this cast.
Oh,
if I'm honest with you.
Oh, yeah. Also, follow us on TikTok. This is the show podcast for your weekly clip of the week.
Clip of the week.
Clip of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So follow us on TikTok. This is the show podcast. You can check us out on there. We have all our links up on there. We're going to try and get some more engagement on TikTok so that way we can convert some followers over to this bad boy. We'll be putting up a clip a week. You can also follow us on Twitter. This is the show 69. Yeah, this is the show 69 on
Sounds
Twitter.
right.
And then this is the show podcast on Instagram, where I will be posting the clip of the week every Friday, along with the thumbnail and the episode announcement, the whole thing. Follow us on all that good stuff. You can follow me at Casey McGowan with 2 N's on Twitter and on Instagram. I don't really post a lot of stuff, but do it anyways. You know what I mean? Say what's up. You can message me, DM me. I'll talk to you. I got nothing.
Slide
to
into
say.
his DMs.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. What am I going to say to you? So message me. We'll talk about nothing. That's my whole thing.
True.
But anyways, and then you can follow Alex at his stuff.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Alaska AALASKAA. I'm always on there posting about esports, posting about art, and posting about this cast, which you should follow on all the platforms that Casey just mentioned. As always, we love doing this for you week after week. We got the YouTube up. We're making good strides here, so keep tuning in. And yeah, with that, this has been episode 31 of This is the Show. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Webb.
I'm Casey McGowan.
We'll see you later.
We love you.
We love you.